The PlayStation Portal has been out for over a month, and it's still hard to find. When it was first announced, we saw many people asking the question, who needs this, or who's this handheld for? If sales so far say anything though, people really wanted this device, and I still see people saying they're looking for it. I couldn't get one on release day, as all the pre-orders sold out so quickly. I was lucky enough to get one a couple weeks after launch, and I've had to spend a lot of time with it in the past couple weeks. Many reviews I saw at launch said this was the perfect handheld for parents who get their TV taken over by their families. As a dad, I can relate to this, as I often lose out on the TV to what my daughter or my wife wants to watch. It's not a bad thing though. In this review, I'm going to answer a couple questions. What is the PlayStation Portal? Who's the PlayStation Portal for? How does it perform, and should you buy it? And if you like all this other content here over at 3 Dads and a Console, please leave us a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. On May 23rd, 2023, Sony announced the PlayStation Portal.
Before we get into our final game, I have a few announcements to share. At PlayStation, innovation is our passion. And that applies to not just what games you play, but how you play them. Later this year, we will launch a dedicated device that enables you to stream any game from your PS5 console using remote play over Wi-Fi. Internally known as Project Q, it has an 8-inch HD screen and all of the buttons and features of the DualSense wireless controller. We look forward to sharing more information in the near future.
At the time, there were rumors of a PlayStation handheld, but many of us didn't think we'd see another handheld from Sony after the Vita. I love my Vita, and I was sad to see it not get the support from Sony only years after its release. It had its quirks with a touchpad on the back instead of triggers, which made developers have to use the back touchpad, which always felt forced in games on the Vita. If they had triggers on the back and cloud technology was better at its release, we might still have the Vita or at least seen a Vita 2. The Vita had its games made for it, and you could play PS4 games via remote play, which worked very well then. The Portal has no games made for it and only allows you to play remotely from your PS5. The Portal has a 1080p LCD screen that looks amazing, and you'd swear that sometimes it's OLED. The LCD screen is 8 inches and has touch enabled. The specs say it's 2.6 pounds, but I never weighed it, so I'd take their word for it. Portal feels very light in your hands and comfortable. It only has a USB-C port for charging and a 3.5mm jack for the headphones, but no Bluetooth. It has Wi-Fi 5 and uses PlayStation Link, meaning you must use Sony earbuds if you want sound wirelessly. The Pulse Explorer earbuds were released after launch and are out now. I've not picked them up and I'm looking for them, but they're a little bit pricey, coming in at $296.96 Canadian, but they're also sold out everywhere. I preferred a wired connection though, which means you can use any wired headset to connect to the Portal. I would love to try the new Pulse Explorer earbuds, so I will not say no to anybody if you want to send them to me. Please, Sony, honestly, hook me up. Not having Bluetooth though is a choice I wish Sony didn't make. As for me, I would have loved to have one earbud in my ear as I'm sitting in the same room trying to be somewhat present and hearing the game I'm playing, as well as in my family room. The Pulse Explorer costs more than the PlayStation Portal, which is $269.96 Canadian. That puts you in an all-over cost more than a PS5, which I can't justify right now for wireless earbuds as a parent. Besides not having a web browser, it's my biggest gripe with the Portal. The Portal does have built-in speakers, so you don't have to use earbuds or a headset for sound. And honestly, the speakers don't sound that bad. The Portal uses Wi-Fi to connect to the internet, but if your Wi-Fi you're trying to connect to requires you to use a web portal to verify, you won't be able to connect. The workaround of sending a link to your chat and opening up to get the web browser won't work because your chat will be connected to your PS5 at home. This will make you using the Portal at the hotel that you're at or anywhere it has that not work or next to impossible. The Portal connects to your PS5, allowing you to play it remotely if you have Wi-Fi. The connection is seamless once you follow the steps to link your Portal to your PS5. You will have full access to any game on your PlayStation 5, and you can even download games to your home console from the PS5 outside of your house. I did it a couple times. It actually was really cool. I tested it out over the holidays, used my Portal at my parents' house using their Wi-Fi connected easily to my PS5, and could play NHL 24 with little to no lag. Honestly, I couldn't even tell. I did have connection issues with the EA network, but I don't feel that was an issue with the Portal. My home PS5 has a wired connection. From what I read, it works best if you have that. I understand that not everyone can do that, and I could not test a Portal from a non-wired connection on a home PS5. If you think it looks like they put a display in the middle of a DualSense, you might be right, because this is how I feel. The D-pad and button play and feel precisely like they do on a DualSense, and the haptics feel as immersive as they do when playing on a console. The sticks feel tremendous, but are smaller than the ones we have on the DualSense. And I do worry about stick drift, as these sticks are not replaceable like a DualSense Edge, and it would be pretty pricey to have to get a whole new unit. There haven't been any reports of stick drift on anyone's PlayStation Portal, so hopefully it's not an issue in the future. It is said that you can get 7 to 8 hours of battery life with the Portal, but I'm guessing if you turn off the haptics, you can hit that 8 hours no problem. You can only charge using the USB-C cable, and hopefully they release a charging dock in the future. Honestly, like, it's just a no-brainer at this point. The share and menu buttons work just like they do with the DualSense on your home console, so they will feel familiar, and you won't lose out on any great clips that you want to capture. Now, who's it for? The most straightforward answer to this for the PlayStation Portal is probably a household with one TV. You don't always have access to it. I think, though, that the Portal can be for many people. As a parent who sometimes gets all the TVs taken away from them, it's perfect to play a couple games when I don't have access to the TV. If you travel and want to play games when you reach your destination or play on the go, you will require Wi-Fi. If you like handheld gaming, this is an excellent pickup for you and truly performs very well. The PlayStation Portal is a perfect companion for those with a PlayStation 5. I want to mention I did play a couple hours of Call of Duty on the Portal, and once again was surprised with little to no lag. I couldn't tell you, besides the smaller screen that I was playing at home. I couldn't recommend using the Portal though for playing Call of Duty multiplayer, as a small screen size and something about playing in a handheld didn't feel as well. When playing NHL 24, quick reflexes are needed to play it, and I wasn't playing as I do when I play on my home console. It feels like the Portal would be better for playing single-player games over anything that involves multiplayer or shooters. It's not that it doesn't work, but it doesn't feel the same. And if you're playing competitively, I could see how this would be a big disadvantage for you. In conclusion, would I recommend the PlayStation Portal to that PlayStation gamer in your life? Yes, but I wouldn't say you need the Portal. If you want to play games on the go or cannot use the TV, it's for you, but I still wish it had some features that they're missing. I don't regret my purchase, and I use the Portal each week I've had it, but I know I would use it more if it had Bluetooth, so I could use my earbuds. I also travel for work, so I'm a little worried I won't be able to use it when I'm on the road, because most hotels make you sign into their Wi-Fi via a web portal. The tech is excellent and works much better than I expected, and truly feels like I'm playing a PS5 anywhere I want. You won't regret it if you have disposable income and want one. Having the Portal has made me realize how much I missed the Vita and having the PlayStation handheld. The Portal has so many pluses, but it simultaneously makes me think how much better it would be if playing PS5 games remotely wasn't its only feature. If I could download one game or two here so I could play the thing when it's offline, when I don't have access to the internet from time to time, that would be amazing. The technology is spot on and feels like a great handheld, but many things already do this. I recently went away for work and brought my iPad, and thanks to Remote Play, I could play my PS5 games from my hotel in a different country, which blew me away. I would think the Portal could do the same, but I wasn't able to try that. The Portal serves a purpose and does that job well, so I commend it for it, but it leaves me wanting more from Sony. I know there's no Vita 2 announcement on the horizon, but I'm buying one if there is. The Portal is the best mode player you can get for the PlayStation 5. So if that's what you're looking for, I highly recommend it. That's my full review, so if you'd like that, please drop me a like or subscribe, and we'll see you next time.